The Bermuda Triangle. What's really going on? A small area of ocean, invisible on any map, with unclear borders. Yet somehow everyone's heard its name. The Bermuda Triangle. For centuries, stories about this region have been told. Ships that vanished, planes that disappeared, people who were never seen again. And some say, this can't just be nature's work. But is that really true? Let's find out together. I'm Ismail Kopuk, and you're watching Cosmic Earth. Today we're lifting the veil on one of the most mysterious places on our planet. Where is the Triangle? The Bermuda Triangle doesn't officially appear on any map. Even the United States says there's no such thing. But it's commonly believed to be formed by 3 points: Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. When you connect these points, you get a huge triangle in the middle of the ocean. Its estimated area ranges from 500,000 to 1.5 million square miles. That's about 10 times the size of Turkey. But here's the strange part. Everyone draws the borders differently. Some move it east, others west. So, when people ask, how many disappeared there? The truth is, no one can really say for sure. The first story, Christopher Columbus's journal. It all began in 1492, when Christopher Columbus set out to find a new route to America. Something strange started happening to his compass. One evening it pointed east, the next morning north. No one could explain why. Then one night he saw a small light flickering on the horizon like a candle flame. Columbus thought, maybe that's land. But the light suddenly vanished. Just imagine, 500 years ago, alone in an unexplored ocean, your compass goes crazy, and a mysterious light appears in the distance. Of course, people started telling stories about it. Maybe that's when the legend of the Bermuda Triangle was born. The Sea Venture and Shakespeare. In the early 1600s, an English ship called the Sea Venture was sailing to help the Jamestown colony in America. But near Bermuda, it was caught in a massive hurricane and sank. The crew survived, but was stranded on the islands for months. The story became so famous that William Shakespeare was inspired by it to write his play, The Tempest. In that play, he described Bermuda as a cursed place, and that's how Bermuda's dark reputation began. The ghost ship, Ellen Austin, 1881. In 1881, a ship called the Ellen Austin was sailing from Liverpool to New York when it came across another vessel. Completely empty, no crew, but full of cargo. The captain said, "Let's take it with us." He sent some of his sailors aboard the empty ship. The two ships continued side by side. Then a storm hit. When it cleared, they found the other ship again, but once more it was empty. No crew. They tried again, but this time the mysterious ship vanished for good. Was it real? Probably not. Records show the Ellen Austin completed that voyage without incident, but the story spread quickly, and the legend of the cursed sea grew even stronger. USS Cyclops, the giant ship that vanished with 300 men, 1918. In 1918, a massive U.S. Navy ship called the USS Cyclops set sail with over 250 crew members and 10,000 tons of manganese ore. After leaving Barbados, it was never heard from again. No distress signal, no wreckage, nothing. President Woodrow Wilson said at the time, "Only God and the sea know what happened to them." It became the largest non-combat naval disaster in U.S. history. And strangely, years later, 2 of Cyclops' sister ships disappeared in almost the same area, and in the same way. Flight 19. It's like they flew to Mars. 1945. December 1945. 5 U.S. Navy planes took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for a routine training flight. But their commander's compass malfunctioned. "We can't figure out where we are," he radioed in. "We're entering white waters. Completely lost." The planes never returned, and the rescue planes sent to find them disappeared too. Days of searching found not a single trace. The Navy's final report simply read, "They seem to have flown to Mars." This tragedy became the turning point that cemented the Bermuda Triangle as a global mystery. Now, it wasn't just ships. Planes were vanishing too. How the name Bermuda Triangle was born. In 1964, American writer Vincent Gaddis published an article in a magazine called The Deadly Bermuda Triangle, and that's when the name stuck. It was the Cold War era. Everyone loved a good conspiracy theory, so the article spread worldwide like wildfire. Then, in 1974, author Charles Berlitz published his book, The Bermuda Triangle, which sold over 20 million copies. It had everything: Atlantis, aliens, underwater portals, time travel, secret energy fields. Even Steven Spielberg was inspired by Berlitz's ideas. In Close Encounters of the Third Kind, he portrayed the missing Flight 19 pilots as alien abductees. By then, the Bermuda Triangle wasn't just a place. It was a pop culture phenomenon. So, what does science say? Legends are fun, but let's see what science has to say. Most theories about the Bermuda Triangle can actually be explained by natural phenomena. The magnetic variation theory. It's said that the Bermuda Triangle is one of only 2 places on Earth where compasses point to true north instead of magnetic north. The other is the Devil's Sea near Japan. That difference could cause navigation errors. But here's the thing: sailors and pilots already know about this, and modern instruments automatically adjust for it. So, the broken compass theory isn't really solid. It's weather and rogue waves. The Bermuda Triangle sits right in the middle of hurricane territory. Every year, hundreds of tropical storms pass through the area. Sometimes massive rogue waves form, 10 times larger than normal waves, reaching up to 80 feet high. These can sink ships in seconds and scatter any evidence of wreckage. So, the no debris found mystery actually makes perfect sense. The Gulf Stream. Then there's the Gulf Stream, one of the fastest ocean currents on Earth. It can flow at speeds of 4 to 5 knots, carrying ships hundreds of kilometers off course. It can easily erase all traces of wreckage, making any search nearly impossible. The methane gas explosion theory. Some scientists believe that large pockets of methane gas trapped beneath the seafloor can suddenly erupt, reducing the water's density and causing ships to sink instantly. It's an interesting idea, but not proven. No direct evidence of methane eruptions has ever been found in the Bermuda Triangle. What do the numbers say? When you look at decades of actual data, the Bermuda Triangle isn't even close to being the world's most dangerous area. Between 1982 and 2015, there were over 150,000 recorded marine accidents, and only 4% happened near the Bermuda Triangle. Most were due to weather or human error. In 2021, out of 8,634 ships that passed through the region, only 2 had accidents. That's 90 times lower than the global average. For aviation, it's the same story. Since 1965, there've been just 1 commercial incident, a JetBlue flight that hit turbulence, injuring 1 passenger. Statistically, the Bermuda Triangle is actually one of the safest ocean routes in the world. So, mystery or reality? Here's the truth. The Bermuda Triangle isn't cursed. There are no aliens, no lost cities, just harsh weather, strong currents, and human mistakes. For centuries, thousands of ships and planes have passed through, and only a handful have gone missing. Those few stories, mixed with legend and imagination, turned into one of the world's biggest mysteries. But here's the beauty of it. Sometimes reality can be just as fascinating as legend. Maybe the Bermuda Triangle isn't so mysterious anymore. But it still gives you chills when you look out at the sea. Closing line. The Bermuda Triangle might not be as terrifying as you think. But let's admit it, a little mystery never hurts.